this is a sum which I want you to understand, like what is the format of the question. Okay, this is what is a format in which the balance sheet is given, and after the balance sheet you can see notes to accounts, and then you have some adjustments. Okay, so this is what is a standard format of a question. Format of cash flow has already been discussed earlier. So we can see that it's cash flow is basically divided into three parts. Okay, so this is a format on the right hand side of the screen. Part A talks about the operating activity, in which we have four parts. You can see on the screen like 1, 2, 3, 4 has been marked for operating activity. 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So whatever the net amount comes, if it is positive, it will be cash flow. If it is negative, the cash used. Okay. Then the second part, you can see that it's cash flow from investing activity. Again, we need to add some amounts and deduct some amounts. And third part is financing activity. Again, we will be having the shares and the debentures to be added and deducted over here, the interest amounts and all. Okay. Now, at the end, after A plus B plus C, what are we supposed to do? We need to add over here. You can see this add word. Add what? The opening cash and cash equivalents, right? And then the final answer will be the closing cash and cash equivalents. I will be discussing this, and depending on the adjustments, right, we need to prepare the ledger accounts. I can see that one adjustment is there for debentures. Debentures, generally the adjustment is for interest at times or for issue of debentures, right? So when you talk about the issue of debentures and the date is given, so that will be taking care of the interest, but I will say that like there is no need to prepare debentures account. Second thing is, during the year, a piece of machinery costing, accumulated depreciation is given. Yes, we have learned that whenever this accumulated depreciation account is given, machinery account is given, so I prefer to prepare the ledger account. So this is what is a working required. Cost, accumulated depreciation, book value, loss, all these things are very common now. And after that, I have to prepare the machinery account and the accumulated depreciation account, right? So let us start the sum. The first thing, again, as we know, like we used to start with the adjustments in final accounts. The same way over here, I would like to start with the adjustments. The first adjustment talks about the debentures. Rupees 50,000, 12% debentures were issued on 31st of March 2019. That means the debentures are issued. Okay, let us see the borrowings, long-term borrowings. I can see in notes to accounts also. It was 175,000 earlier, right? And now it is 225. Okay, again the year to be checked, 18 and 19. Yesterday also I told you the year generally it is like current year and then the previous year. Over here also the same way, current year and the previous year. So previous year amount was 175 and the current year amount is seen as 225,000, right? 225,000. So point is, the debentures have been issued. There is no doubt about that. Cash comes in, issue of debentures. We need to write in financing activity. Okay, let us first of all add it in financing activity. I'm on the right hand side of the screen now. Issue of debentures. Issue of debentures, right? The amount can be seen as rupees 50,000. Okay, this is how the effect is given for issue of debentures. But the reason of giving us a date is the interest. Interest is generally calculated on the opening balance, and we also know that the debentures have been issued on the last date. So no interest on the additional debentures issued. Because the debentures are issued on last date, we need to ignore that part. Opening balance can be seen as 1,75,000, right? So 1,75,000 we need to calculate 12%. So please calculate 12% of 175 and please reply. How much will that be?
Sir, 21,000.
Now, interest on debentures, we know it's an expense for us. So being expense, it has to be added over here. So I'll be writing over here, interest on debentures, right? 21,000. And we know like it has to be paid, right? So interest on debentures. Okay, the amount that has to be deducted. Okay, that is 21,000. Okay, that's fine. So we are done with the first adjustment. I repeat again, debentures were issued. Because the debentures were issued, so we have to add it over here. Issued debentures rupees 50,000 in financing activity. 12% is the interest on debentures. So interest has two effects. One is financing as deduction, and second is adjustments to be added 21,000. Okay. The next adjustment is very important again. So let us have the working of the same. During the year, a piece of machinery costing rupees 40,000, on which accumulated depreciation was rupees 20,000, was sold at a loss of rupees 5,000. So let us see whether accumulated depreciation account is there or not. So yes, on the screen on the left hand side, you can see that tangible assets, machinery and accumulated depreciation both are given. So we need to have the ledger accounts of the two. I have copied down the balances. Machinery opening can be seen as 522,500 and closing 837,500. So 522,500, 837,500. Accumulated depreciation 70 and 105. So 70 is on the credit side, 105 on the debit side because it's accumulated depreciation provision. So that needs to be credited. Like opening balance will have a credit balance. Okay. Costing 40,000, accumulated depreciation is 20. Let us put the values over here. Cost price is 40. Accumulated depreciation is 20. So the difference is 20,000. It has been sold at a loss of rupees 5,000. It's a loss of 5,000. So what is the selling price over here? Okay, so that will be
15,000.
40 is cost price, 20 is accumulated depreciation, book value is 20, has been sold at a loss of 5,000. So the difference is 15,000. That's the selling price. Now, because we are given the accounts, right? Machinery account is there, accumulated depreciation account is there. So I'm concerned with three values: accumulated depreciation, selling price, and the loss, right? All three values needs to be credited to machinery account. I have recorded over here the three things, right? Yet to put the values. So selling price is by bank. Let us know the bank. Selling price is 15,000, right? Accumulated depreciation can be seen as 20,000. Statement of P&L, that's loss, rupees 5,000. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to put the values. Now let us go for the second effect of these values. 15,000 is the sale of machinery. Sale of machinery, we know it's investing activity, right? I'll come to investing activity right over there. Sale of machinery, because it's a sale, cash comes in, it will be added. The sale value was 15,000. Second effect is for accumulated depreciation, rupees 20,000. So we have accumulated depreciation account over here. So this is the connection. I'll come to the debit side and right over there to machinery account, rupees 20,000. Third effect is for the loss. Okay, the third amount is for the loss. The loss, we know, like it has to be added in the adjustment part. I'll be going in the adjustments add part. I'll be writing over there loss on sale of machinery. Amount is 5,000. Okay, so we are done with the calculation. We are done with the accounting treatment in the ledger accounts and the effect in the cash flow. Fine. Let us have the total on the credit side of machinery. 837 plus 40. It will be 877,500. Okay. So this 877,500 will be totaled over here. And can you tell me the difference now?
3,55,000.
3,55,000. Okay, so that's the purchase. So I'll put over here to bank. Okay, to bank account, and I have told you we better write the purchase over there. Now this purchase of machinery asset has to go to investing activity by way of deduction, right? Purchase of machinery, right? Amount was 3,55,000. This has to be deducted. Okay, so we are done with machine account. Now let us close accumulated depreciation account. The total of the debit side is 1,25,000, right? And this has to go to the total of the credit side as well. Can you tell me the difference, please? 125 minus
55,000.
So 55 is the depreciation provided during the year. So this amount of depreciation has to go to, again, losses to be added over here. I'll put over here depreciation 55,000. Continuing further, now share capital is there. First amount, share capital balance sheet. You can see that it was 350 and now it is 450, right? So 350 to 450, the share capital has increased. Increase in share capital shows the shares must have been issued, right? The funds have been raised, cash comes in, it has to be added. Financing activity, we'll be putting over there issue of share capital. Amount is 1 lakh, the difference amount. Okay. Next is now reserves and surplus, but note number 1 can be seen over there, right? Let us go and visit that note number 1. Note number 1 shows it's a balance of statement of P&L. Okay. Statement of P&L has to go to operating activity, first part. And over there we write closing minus opening. When the closing is 125, opening is 50. The difference is 75. Mentioned over here, statement of P&L, closing minus opening, right? So let me put the value over here. This is 75,000, right? 125 minus 50 is 75. After reserves and surplus, long-term borrowings, note number 2. Note number 2 talks about the long-term borrowings, debentures, issued debentures we are done with, interest on debentures also we are done with. After long-term borrowings, short-term borrowings, note number 3. Let us see the short-term borrowings. Talks about the bank overdraft. Bank overdraft can be seen as 75 is a closing balance and 37,500 is the opening balance. That means bank overdraft has also increased, right? Increase in liability basically will reflect the inflow of cash. Funds have been raised through bank overdraft also, so it will be added. Bank overdraft, source of fund, financing activity. Okay, so we will write over there as bank overdraft. Bank overdraft, and amount will be from 37,500 to 75. 37,500 is the difference. Okay. Next is after short-term borrowings, it's trade payables. Trade payables was 62,500 as opening balance, closing balance is 1 lakh. So it has increased basically, right? Again, increase in liability will be inflow of cash, but this is trade payable, the current liability. The current liabilities are basically shown in the working capital part. That's the third part of operating activity. So increase in liability will be added. So I'll be putting over there as trade payables, right? Amount is 37,500. Continuing further, tangible assets, note number 4. Machinery and equipment depreciation is there. Opening and closing balance, we are done with that part. Accounts were prepared, difference were put on in the respective column, right? After tangible assets, intangible assets, and that is note number 5 again. So let us check that note number 5. Note number 5 talks about goodwill. Goodwill was 75,000 in the beginning and now it is 50. Intangible asset has reduced. So any reduction in the value of intangible asset has to be treated as amortization. Goodwill has been amortized. When goodwill is amortized, it's a loss for us. Being a loss, it has to be added over here. Let me write over there goodwill. You can write goodwill written off also or goodwill amortized, anything. Okay. The difference in the value of the goodwill is 25,000. Okay. After intangible assets, it's current investments. Current investments, if you remember when we have discussed the theory part, I told you like this is the item which is treated as cash and cash equivalents. If there is no additional information with us, so by default we have to go with cash and cash equivalents. That's why I have underlined that over there. Whenever you also practice, keep a star sign, something like that, so that you remember the current investment has to be taken along with the cash and cash equivalents, right? After current investments, we have inventories, and note number 6 can be seen over there. So let us see, inventories shows stock in trade. Stock in trade was 36 in the beginning of the year and now it is 61. Increase in asset. Increase in asset, always outflow of cash. And inventory is a current asset. So being a current asset, we have to go to working capital and deduct over there as inventories. Inventories, the amount of inventories 36 to 61, that will be 25,000, and that has to be deducted. So let us understand how to deal with cash and cash equivalents. So we have opening balance and we have closing balance as well. Please get the total of these two values which I have selected. 35 plus 26, 500. 61, 500 I think. Okay, so 61, 500, that's the opening balance of cash and cash equivalent. So I'll be putting it at the end. You can see that A plus B plus C on the right hand side. Add a cash and cash equivalents in the beginning. So I'll place it over here, 61,500. Let us see the closing balances now. The closing balances can be seen as this is 20,000 for current investments and 36,500 for cash and cash equivalents. So 20 plus 36,500. Okay, 56,500, right? We'll have the difference over here now.
Non-current investment is left.
I missed out that part. So non-current investments, we have opening balance as 50,000 and closing balance as 75,000. Okay, so 50 to 75, the investments has increased. That shows we have purchased the investments, right? So purchase of investment, again, investing activity, it will be shown as outflow. Let me put it over there, investing activity, outflow, purchase of investments, right? The amount will be from 50 to 75, that's 25,000. Okay, so this is how we are done with the investments also. One more thing is left. After the balance sheet, notes to accounts, you can see that I have already marked with red over here. So this is contingent liability for proposed dividend. What we have to remember over here is proposed dividend. If you remember when we were discussing the theory part also, I have told you like we have to take the opening balance because that is a dividend that is going to be declared and paid after discussing all those things in the annual general meeting. So this is 62,500, the amount for which we have to give the treatment. The dividend is paid by the company. So when you pay the dividend, it has to be the dirt column. So over here, let me put it over here, dividend proposed. Amount was 62,500, correct? And the same amount has to be paid. The paid and made amount has to be same over here. So dividend paid. Amount is 62,500. I repeat again, for dividend, it will appear as a contingent liability always. This is an opening balance, that is a balance of the previous year, right? Amount to the previous year will be declared in current year. Annual general meeting will be conducted wherein like the board of directors will propose and this amount is paid by the company. So paid and made. When you pay the amount, financing outflow, and when you have to make the provision, so yes, dirt, the first part of operating has to be added over there, right? So basically we are done with the things. Nothing has been covered. So let us get the totals please. The first amount as net profit before tax and extraordinary items. Okay, the 75 plus 62,500 total will be
1,37,500.
1,37,500. Okay. Items to be added over here, right? So please get the total of these four. 1,06,000. I don't have any amount to be deducted, so I have this operating profit before working capital changes now. 137,500 plus 1,06,000, 243,500. Now I want you to give me the total of the third column, that is current assets and current liabilities. Amount to be added is 37,500. To be deducted is 25,000. The net amount, please.
12,500.
12,500 will be added to 243,500.
2,56,000.
We don't have any amount for taxes to be paid, so that's fine. So the first amount, you can see that I already highlighted with yellow, and A is an amount that I would like to write. That's 256,000. That's positive. So net cash flow from operating activity. Okay, let us take the investing activity now. One amount to be added, two amounts to be deducted. So tell me the net amount, please.
Sir, 3,65,000. Sir, first amount 3,65,000.
3,65,000. That's negative. Being negative. Cash used, you can see that I've already mentioned over there. Okay. Now let me have this amount also. Okay. So financing activity. Please get the
1,04,000.
After addition and deduction of all the amounts.
Yes, sir. 1,04,000.
1,04,000. I'll take that. So that's C. You can see that I have three amounts, A, B and C. All three amounts are there. Now I want you to get the total of these three, A plus B plus C.
5,000.
Negative 5,000. I should have this amount. And if this is negative, you can see that I have mentioned over here decrease part, right? That's decrease. If it is negative, if it is positive, we will be writing it as net increase in cash and cash equivalents, right? So negative 5, okay, you can see there negative 5 plus 61,500. The closing balance is there as 56,500, right? So now we are done with the sum. Prepare the cash flow of Rama Limited from the following information as of 31st of March 2019 hoga, current year. Okay, balance sheet is given. After the balance sheet, we can see that it's notes to accounts, which plays very, very important role. And then we have additional information as well. Okay, the first adjustment says that interim dividend paid rupees 25,000. Okay, interim dividend paid. Now, when you talk about interim dividend, okay, that's an expense for us, and I'm sure like you remember this part, first part of operating, okay, in which I have already taught you about the dirt. Okay, so dirt का जो आई वाला part है, so that is interim dividend. So let me put it over here. Interim dividend. Interim dividend. Interim dividend paid. Okay, and let me put the amount over there. Interim dividend paid is rupees 25,000. 25,000, right? And the amount has been paid by us. Now, because the amount is paid by us, so this will be financing. Dividend, any dividend has to be financing. So I'll put it over here by way of deduction, right? Interim dividend paid, right? The amount has to be negative 25,000, right? After the first adjustment, now second adjustment says depreciation on fixed assets is rupees 24,000. Now again, fixed assets is there. I have already told you. When you talk about fixed assets, so we have to prepare an account, and already we have adjustment with us. 24,000 is a depreciation. So I just need to check on fixed assets whether accumulated depreciation account is there or not. So fixed assets, tangible assets, I can see there is no notes to accounts, and the opening and closing balance has been given. When accumulated depreciation is not there, right? So this simply indicates that company has been maintaining the fixed asset account at its book value, not at its cost price. So I have prepared machinery account over here. The opening and the closing balances, let us check those. This is 140 and 167, right? So the same two balances I have mentioned over here, 140 and 167 in machinery account. Depreciation, we can see that it's 24,000. If I have to give the journal entry of depreciation account debited to fixed asset, that is to machinery account. So fixed asset account on the credit side, I'll have to give the effect by depreciation account, and the amount can be seen as 24,000. Okay, this amount of depreciation, we know it's a loss, non-cash item. The non-cash items are to be added over here in the adjustment part. Okay, so I'll write over there depreciation on machinery. Depreciation on machinery amount is 24,000. Correct. So we are done with the two adjustments. I repeat, interim dividend paid is very simple. Dirt ka I wala part, operating first part, and financing mein outflow. Second is depreciation on fixed assets. So in machinery account on the credit side, and depreciation being a non-cash item, it has to be added back. So operating second part, adjustments mean depreciation on machinery. Now once we are done with the adjustments, we need to close this machinery account. Let us close this, get the total of this, 160, 180, 191 is the total, right? Now 191 is a total on the credit side, the same total has to be placed over here. Now the difference over here, 140 and 191, the difference can be seen as 51,000. Now this 51,000 on the debit side in machinery account will be for purchase to bank account, purchase of machinery. Now purchase of machinery, second effect of this, we are purchasing an asset, so it has to be outflow, and machinery is a fixed asset, so it has to come to investing activity. I'll have to write over there purchase of machinery, right? And the amount has to be deducted. It was 51,000. So we are done with the account, right? Ledger account and the two adjustments.
सर ये जो मशीनरी अकाउंट बना है वो मतलब एग्जाम में बनाना जरूरी है?
It is required.
Okay, sir.
Okay, done. Now moving ahead, let us start with the balance sheet. Share capital can be seen. It is 3 lakh and 3 lakh. Okay, when the amount doesn't changes, so we need not to consider the same in cash flow statement, right? Reserves and surplus can be seen. It is 60 as a closing balance and 40 as a opening balance. 60 and 40 closing and opening. Now reserves and surplus generally people write it as DIRT, DIRT का R वाला part में लिख देते हैं, but you have to remember that if statement of P&L is not given specifically, so in that case this amount of reserves has to be taken as a balance of statement of P&L. So I'll be writing it over here on the top. Balance of statement of P&L, closing minus opening, 60 minus 40, that's 20,000. Okay. Moving ahead, long-term borrowings, note number 1. So let us go to note number 1. Long-term borrowings can be seen. Okay, opening balance can be seen as 1 lakh. Closing is 1 lakh 50. Issue of debentures has been done from 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50. It is again increase in liability, that will be inflow of cash from financing activity. I'll go to financing activity right over there. Issue of debentures. Amount can be seen as 50,000. Okay. After issue of debentures, you can see that I already marked with red over here. These are the points which we need to take care of. 8% is the rate of interest that we need to pay to debenture holders. Now again, the date of issue of debentures is not given, so that's why we will be calculating this 8% on opening balance. So 1 lakh 8% comes to 8,000. Being an adjustment, it will have two effects. One is we pay interest, so that will be in financing activity by way of deduction, interest on ventures. Now interest on debentures, 1 lakh 8%, I told you that's 8,000. Now interest on debentures, we know like it's an expense, non-cash item hai. This has to be added over there in adjustment part. Okay, so over here, interest on debentures, right? The amount will be 8,000. That's all. After debentures, long-term borrowings, we come to current liabilities. Trade payables can be seen. Trade payables, note number 2. So let us go to note number 2. I can see that two items are given, creditors and bills payable. When you talk about the current liabilities, it should click in your mind that we need to record it in working capital part. Barring those short-term borrowings, like wo wahan par nahi aayega, that has to come to financing activity. Now current liabilities, trade payables, current creditors has increased from 40 to 50. It was 40,000 earlier and now it is 50,000. Increase in liability, inflow of cash. So I'll simply go and add over there, right there, like creditors. Amount is 40 to 50, that's 10,000. Now bills payable, it was 15 earlier and now it is 10, right? It has decreased. When liability decreases, that is outflow of cash, same place, right? Bills payable by way of deduction, amount is 5,000. Okay, so we're done with trade payables. Other current liabilities, we can see that note number 3 is given. So let us go to other current liability, note number 3. Okay, unclaimed dividend is given. I should have taken care of this in the beginning. Unclaimed dividend, I already have marked with red. Okay, so this is really very, very important point. See, like interim dividend paid, we can see that it's 25,000, right? So the two effects shown to you were, one is over here. This is when you propose, it has to be added back to statement of P&L. But when you talk about the dividend paid over here, I need to do some correction now. 25,000 was the amount the company was supposed to pay. But out of that, rupees 8,000 is for unclaimed dividend. Unclaimed dividend का मतलब ये है कि like the company is ready to pay, but from the other side, nobody has claimed. The shareholders have not claimed this amount. So 25,000 when you are proposing, so yes, it has to be added back 25,000 full amount. You can see that. But when you talk about the payment of this, so I'll have to reduce the amount of the payment. 25 minus 8 will be 17,000. After trade tables and other current liabilities, let us go to short-term provisions. Short-term provisions, note number 4, the provision for tax. Now, provision for tax is again another very, very important account. Over here, we can see that the opening and the closing balance has been given. Apart from that, we don't have any other information. So, what is the assumption over here? The provision for tax or opening balance, that's 10,000 over here, right? I'm talking about this amount, 10,000. Okay, so this 10,000 must have been paid during the year. So when you talk about taxes paid during the year, I'm sure like you all remember that's the fourth part of operating activity, right? I'll have to deduct this amount less income tax paid. Let me write over here. Amount of tax paid is 10,000. In case provision for tax account is given and there is no additional information, by default, we assume that the balance of last year has been paid during the current year. So 10,000 has been paid. I have shown it over here. The closing balance, okay, that is the provision of the current year. That means the provision must have been made. So when you talk about the provision to be made for the taxes, so that has to be added back in statement of P&L, where operating first part, dirt wala part, right? So I'll have to go there and write there tax provision. Right, amount is 12,000. Moving ahead, after short-term provisions, fixed assets, tangible assets we are done with. We had prepared the account, machinery account banaya tha. We got the difference, purchase वगैरह आ गया था. After that, intangible asset, note number 5. Let us go to note number 5. We can see that it's goodwill and trademark. Two amounts are given, right? Two intangible assets are there. So let us see those two. 70 to 90. Right, goodwill has increased. So whenever any intangible asset increases, that shows the purchases of intangible asset. And purchase of intangible asset will be outflow of cash. And being outflow of cash, it has to come in investing activity as outflow, right? So over here, I'll be putting it as purchase of goodwill, right? And the amount can be seen over there. The difference is 70 to 90. Amount is 20,000, right? Trademark is another intangible asset. It was 80,000 earlier and now it is 60,000. A reduction in intangible asset. Any reduction in intangible asset will simply talk about the amortization. Okay, that means trademark has been written off, amortized. It is a loss again. Being a loss, it has to be added to adjustments, second part of operating. Let me write over there, trademark, amortized, right? Amount is 20,000. Okay, so this is how we just complete that intangible assets all part. Moving ahead, after intangible assets, non-current investments, right? Non-current investments can be seen, note number 6. Note number 6 shows 10% trade investments, right? 10% again, the rate I have already marked with red. Please don't miss out these things. 1 lakh to 1 lakh 40, right? 1 lakh to 1 lakh 40 is the amount. That means the investment has increased. Increase in investment shows the purchase of investments. When you talk about purchase of investments, it again has to go to investing activity, and by way of deduction, I'll have to put it over there as purchase of 10% trade investments. Amount can be seen as rupees 40,000. Again, important point over there, okay, is the rate of interest, 10%. The 10% has to be taken off the opening balance, because again, when we have purchased this additional investment, that is not known to us. So 10% of 1 lakh will be 10,000. Interest on investments is an income for us, and any income we deduct in this adjustment part. Okay, so interest on investments, right? amount is 10,000. Okay, 10% of rupees 1 lakh. That's 10,000. Now this amount has been received by us. So again, investing activity, it has to be added. Interest on investments. Right. Amount is 10,000. Okay. So this is how we complete with the non-current investments. Now current assets, again the current asset has come to, it should click in your mind that it has to go to working capital. The first amount can be seen for inventories. Was 50 earlier and now it is 60. Increase in asset, that's outflow. So I'll go and deduct over there in the working capital part as inventories amount will be, how much is the increase in inventories? 10,000, right? After inventories, trade receivables. Trade receivables has decreased from 40 to 35. Okay, so there is a reduction in the value of the trade receivables, 40 to 35. That means decrease in asset, cash must have been realized. So cash comes in, that is put it over here as inflow along with creditors, debtors, and amount over here. Now I'll have to place how much was the difference? 40 to 35, 5,000. Okay, then after trade receivables, finally it is cash and cash equivalents. So I'm sure like you remember the cash and cash equivalent part has to be placed at the end after that A plus B plus C wala part. Opening balance is 25, closing balance is 38. That is put over there. Opening is 25,000, closing is 38. Okay. That means the difference or the total of this A plus B plus C has to come to 13,000. Right. So let us check that later on. The total of the first part.
57,000, sir.
57, right? Okay. The amount to be added and deducted in the second part.
Sir, 42,000.
Okay, the total of the two now. 57 plus 42.
99,000.
Okay. Now again the changes in the working capital. Please do the calculations.
Sir,
at
zero hai.
Zero, right?
Yes, sir.
So cash generated
Sir,
from
same रहेगा.
will be
99,000.
ठीक है. 99 minus 10.
Sir, 89,000.
89,000 is the amount from operating activity. It's positive. That's why cash flow can be seen over there. Okay. Moving ahead, like it is investing activity.
Sir, 1,01,000. 1,01,000 negative amount.
Okay, 1,01,000 negative. Because it's negative, the cash used is mentioned over there. You can see that, right? The third part is.
Sir, 25,000. 25,000.
25,000. Positive or negative, beta?
Sir, positive.
Okay. So A, B, and C, all three are there. 89, right? 25 and 101. Please do the calculations for A plus B plus.
Sir, 13,000. 13,000.
13
Positive 13,000.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
13 positive is there. The 13 positive should be there because in this 13,000, I need to add 25,000 the opening balance to get the closing balance of 38. This is how we just close the statement, right? It should tally at the end, right?